Hi, and welcome to Indigo Starfire. My name is Bevin, and in this reading, I'm going to be looking into how does your crush view you? There are 3 groups to choose from. Group 1 is the Angelite, along with this card. Group 2 is the Serpentine, along with this card. And group 3 is the red Jasper, along with this card. So if you want to take a moment to center, focus on your breathing, and feel whichever group, maybe multiple groups or perhaps all of the groups that you're most drawn to. I'll give you a minute to make your selection and then we'll get right into it. And there are timestamps in the description box of the video for each group if you'd like to jump ahead, which I do recommend using so that you can skip over me shuffling cards in between groups to clear the energy of the group I've just read for and tap into the energy of the group I'm about to read for. So again, I'll give you a minute. Please use the timestamps and we'll get into your reading. Hi, Group 1. You chose the Angelite, along with this card, which says Romance at the bottom. And this card is really giving me the impression that the person that you are watching this video about, your crush, also has a crush on you. A lot of unspoken feelings here, a lot of innuendos that may exist between the two of you. If this is somebody who you are already in contact with, maybe this is somebody who is a friend that you have deeper feelings for. These feelings are starting to grow and develop. It feels there's a lot of mutual attraction here. A lot of signs and synchronicities, almost this kind of divine intervention or this divine pull that is drawing this person towards you energetically. It feels that they are very fascinated by you, by who you are. There's a desire to kind of be in proximity to you. If this is something where maybe this is a work connection or somebody you know through school, for example, this person could almost try and formulate reasons or excuses to kind of run into you, to walk by you, the idea of sort of stealing glances in your direction. Eye contact between the two of you may be very intense. A lot of, again, kind of unspoken energy here, a lot of mutual attraction for many of you in the circumstance with this. But it feels to exist in this realm of fantasy, that for whatever reason, maybe this person is in the process of kind of working up the courage to act upon these feelings, to kind of explore these feelings, ask you out. Maybe somebody even whom you haven't spoken to yet, who is kind of in this process of sort of working up the nerve to approach you, to initiate a conversation. That can definitely be a factor in this. This can also be something where this might be some kind of online connection with the two of you, where through some sort of shared community, or even somebody who observes you or watches you from afar. Again, this idea of kind of a mutual crush sort of energy, working up the nerve, getting to the point of wanting to act upon or explore in greater kind of depth this draw that they have towards you, this energetic pull in your direction. This really feels as your crush sees you as very attractive, energetically attractive. They're very physically attracted to you, very intellectually attracted to you as well, with these two people that are kind of, they have their foreheads resting against one another. So this person sees you as very intelligent, very wise, very well spoken, and I'm also hearing soft spoken. So this may be something where they have seen you kind of respond to some sort of an energy of conflict, or maybe just kind of harsh energetic environments, and they really admire the way in which you carry yourself in these circumstances, in this situation. They see you as somebody who your energy almost speaks for itself. It announces itself. There's a quiet strength about you that they very much admire. This person also kind of senses or has these sort of indications of some kind of kind of soul dynamic between the two of you, some kind of a familiarity with you at the soul level. This can really explain kind of being drawn to you energetically, a lot of curiosity, wanting to, get to know you on a deeper level, wanting to kind of explore the dynamic of why they feel so pulled in your direction. Maybe the kind of energy of almost seeing you from across the room and being very magnetized in your direction. So there's an intensity here, despite the fact that obviously in this reading, the purpose of this reading, or the context of this reading, is a crush situation. So things that, the words have not been spoken, they have not been explored, and yet this person is very compelled in your direction. It may even be here that as much as you have a crush on them, their crush on you is more intense. They may have been feeling this way towards you for longer, or just kind of the way in which encountering you for the first time, interacting with you for the first time, or the ways in which the two of you interact with each other currently. As much as you are feeling kind of these feelings, the intensity of that, it almost feels that it's stronger for this person. It takes a lot of restraint on their part, a lot of effort on their part to hold themselves back from just rushing forward, confessing to having feelings, or having this attraction to you. So I'm going to get into tarot and oracle to dig a little bit deeper about this, as far as how your crush views you. Okay, so we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is Earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. The Devil, which is Capricorn. Five of Pentacles, so more Earth energy. King of Swords, which is air energy, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Two of Swords, so more air energy. The Empress, which is Libra and Taurus. Daisy, be yourself. Fish. Lion. And Cosmic Heart, Cosmic Christ. So with this Pentacles energy here, this person definitely, your crush sees you as somebody who is very abundant, a very patient person with the Knight of Pentacles. They may recognize you as well as somebody who is able to turn, I'm hearing water into wine, or almost everything that you touch turns to gold. They may be aware of kind of a backstory with you, or they know you in some kind of a professional capacity. They watch you work. They've watched you build something up for yourself, or kind of overcome some challenges, and there's an admiration about that as far as how you've really transmuted some particular circumstances into your benefit, how you've really kind of crystallized the wisdom out of certain experiences. You're making the most of your talents and abilities, and it's very inspiring to this person as well. You provide them with some kind of a greater context about things that they may have looked at as obstacles or challenges or limitations in their reality, and kind of working with what they have in this moment in time, or even things, kind of untapped gifts, untapped potential within them, and a lot of inspiration that they have really gleaned from you, and that they really admire about you as far as making the most of your circumstances. It is, again, inspiring them to kind of view their own situation and their own kind of past and backstory from a different angle, a different perspective. The idea of the devil here can speak to a little bit of this notion of a forbidden fruit in some way, to where this person might be very kind of overwhelmed about the intensity of kind of what was coming through with that soul recognition. A sense maybe of deja vu, or being very drawn towards you, that there's this element with also the Knight of Pentacles of wanting to kind of put the brakes on that restraint that is necessary in some manner. They may be very intimidated by you in a certain way in terms of your success, maybe even intellectually intimidated by you. A bit of uncertainty as far as if they have what it takes to keep up with you in terms of some kind of drive or passion that you have. Kind of a little bit of shadow that is triggered within them as far as, will you kind of lose interest? Would you find them to be boring? Is this a connection that, very in a practically grounded sense and intellectually, if they were to open up and explore these feelings, to act upon this crush, to ask you out, for example, is this something where if it moves out of the realm of kind of fantasy into reality, is this something where, this perception of draw towards you, in actuality, would the two of you sort of find that you have relatively little in common? Would you run out of things to talk about? Would you become bored with this person? Feeling as well that maybe you might be from sort of different kind of backgrounds or walks of life, a questioning as far as your opinions or views on things, goals you have for the future, just sort of your perception, your worldview in some way, that this person might be a bit uncertain as far as if you can really meet in the middle, see eye to eye, or if this could be something where maybe some differing kind of views or values could kind of create an impasse or a block between the two of you. But again, the intensity and nature of kind of what it is they're feeling, this attraction towards you, In some way, it feels very unattainable at this point in time, maybe just kind of based on the dynamic of how they know you, some kind of a professional connection, for example, that there's a fear almost that is causing them to kind of hold back from exploring these feelings, this crush more deeply, a sense of, if things go sour between the two of you, how does that impact the working environment? So a little bit of fear that's holding them back at this point in time, and just it almost feels to be adding to kind of the measure of this, the intensity of these unspoken feelings between the two of you. The Empress here really reinforces that idea of everything you touch turns to gold. They see you as a very abundant person. They see your energy and perceive you energetically as being, having a very attractive vibration to you. They admire you, and they see you as kind of having a lot of admiration from others. They see you also as a very deeply empathic person, and it's something that they feel very safe in your presence, with the idea of be yourself, to be authentic. You help this person in some way, you encourage them or inspire them to, again, open up to maybe some untapped potential within themselves, things that they had been kind of shying away from, closed off to within themselves, their history, their backstory, the sort of raw materials or the potential that they have to work with at this point in time. You make this person almost feel very excited for the future, seeing a lot of growth potential within themselves that they had kind of failed to recognize or appreciate before. And all of that is really mirrored in the way that sort of you carry yourself through the world. The idea of the fish really, again, speaks to that wisdom. So a deep intellectual respect that they have for you, a draw that they have towards you in that regard. If this is somebody that you speak with, that you do have interactions with, they feel very fulfilled by the conversations that you have. They learn a lot from you as they just kind of get to know you. They get to know your history, your backstory, how you have come to this place that you are in your life, just even kind of words and ideas that you exchange, your opinions, your views on things, even some kind of spiritual knowledge that you possess that you impart to others, or that even just comes through in the nature of maybe advice that you are giving this person, or kind of this dialoguing back and forth. It's something that is very enriching to them. It's something where they sense a lot of growth potential in your presence, that if these feelings were to be acted upon and the two of you, would explore that element of romance, it feels to be something that they sense that there's a lot of opportunity for spiritual growth, a lot of stimulating conversation that can take place. They see you as somebody who already at this point in time has opened their perspective and their view in some way to life, to themselves, to kind of the nature of whatever it is that the context is in which they know you. If this is a work connection, somebody that sees you from afar, maybe you have some kind of online presence, some kind of social media presence, something that you share. Maybe this is, again, a school connection. And so classes that you have with this person, you expand their mind in some way. They really admire your way of viewing the world. And it's this energy of almost trying to see and recognize the best in all circumstances. That you really have this ability, this uncanny ability to use problems and challenges to your advantage. Rather than kind of sitting and operating in a mentality of lack, you see things as opportunities to grow, opportunities to better yourself. And it really inspires this person to work through some of these kind of difficulties within themselves as well. You definitely spark within this person a curiosity to think outside of the box in some manner. You have changed this person's perspective about a particular sort of topic, a way of viewing the world, a way of, even this idea of kind of being sort of catching somebody's eye from across a room and feeling this kind of spark of soul recognition. This, in a way, has opened this person's perspective to the nature of connection between two individuals. If this is somebody you're just kind of talking to online, for example, even the feelings that are kind of growing and developing between the two of you very mutually. This crush definitely has a crush on you as well. This is expanding their perspective as far as the nature of feelings, how these things can be developed, how intimacy can be experienced between two people, even without having necessarily physical contact with one another. The lion really speaks to, it ties in with this idea of Daisy and be yourself. Daisy, by the way, could be a confirmation as a name. So if that resonates, then this might be your confirmation that this is your message. But it's this idea of, they see you as somebody very authentic, standing in your power, standing in your truth. They see you as somebody very inspirational, that you have leadership qualities and you inspire this individual to, again, really turn, some unfortunate circumstances, deficits within themselves into opportunities for growth. Ways in which you have worked to confront your own shadow and transcend these things. Even if this is nothing you've directly discussed with this person, it's something they're able to energetically perceive from you. A story of triumph. This lion is bringing forth the idea of, you wear your scars with pride, you wear your wounds with pride, rather than being defeated by these things, by these circumstances. You have turned the tables on adversity that you have faced in your life, and it is very inspirational to this person to do the same, to really explore within themselves how they might kind of best serve their highest good by reconciling some of these shadows within. This may be a very kind of triggering sensation that this person feels from you, a bit of discomfort, and again, kind of that factor of intimidation, a lot of fears that are spurred within them, something that they can even just sense energetically within you, the ways in which you have endeavored to kind of triumph over your personal adversity, that this is something which is kind of directing the way energetically, or even in what you literally have discussed with this person, or what you kind of make known about yourself that they are aware of, that it points the way to them. It illuminates for them some shadow work that they may need to do within themselves, that they were either unaware of or that they had deferred up to this point in time. So it's this sense of being very motivated and kind of drawn into bettering themselves in some way, but also a lot of fears that come up as far as, kind of these challenges or aspects within themselves that had been kind of neglected or denied, and facing these things really for the first time, learning to kind of step outside of the box or reconceptualize how they have viewed this aspect of themselves or their backstory. And so with that is almost this eagerness, this sense of anticipation that something new and different can come out of some kind of a vibration of status quo within themselves. But then there's also a lot of fear that you trigger within this person, as far as stepping into the unknown, letting a particular narrative or a belief system about themselves go, and expanding fully into, this new version of self, that it's very, your authenticity, how you shine your light, how you move through the world, it beckons this person to in some way come into greater alignment with themselves, which is very, it's very alluring to them. It's a very magnetic energy to them, but then there's also a lot of egoic fears that are triggered as far as kind of letting go of some masks or some illusions, some kind of a story or belief system that they've operated in up to a period of time. And kind of what that looks like, that transition or that kind of step into some kind of new version of themselves in a more outward capacity. With the idea of the cosmic heart, cosmic Christ, you may have triggered a heart chakra activation within this person, or some kind of soul recognition as well that they have towards you, that it feels that it might have been a very sudden or very kind of immediate almost reaction to you energetically, even if this is something where they just kind of saw your picture online, came across you in that manner, saw you across a room, took a class in school, and there you are, you're in that same class and they're noticing you, or they start a job or you start a job, you work together in the capacity as co-workers. There's a sense of something that's stirred within this person immediately upon coming into awareness of you. that may have really sort of been the first domino in a series of kind of profound changes that are taking place on the internal landscape within this person. They feel very activated by you, very empowered by you, very encouraged to kind of flow with this and step into some new kind of understanding within themselves and with who they are. But at the same time, it comes with a lot of turbulence and a lot of fear. It feels that you may have stirred something within this person in the heart space that could have been dormant for quite some time. You again illuminate for them a lot of kind of the shadows or the blockages in that heart space, maybe regarding kind of love and partnership, feelings of inadequacy within themselves that are kind of barring them from acting upon this crush, expressing these feelings towards you at this point in time. But these are almost necessary obstacles that they are needing to confront and kind of chip away at or work their way through. Regardless of if they act upon these feelings, it feels like just almost like a fated meeting between the two of you, so that moving forward into their life and kind of the experiences to come, or the years to come, the days to come, so that they are moving forth from this place with more openness. You really encourage this person to cultivate this love of self, and after kind of doing that, to kind of shine that light of love out in a more profound way into the world. The idea of the cosmic Christ and the cosmic heart as well really speaks to a deep sense of spiritual reverence that they have for you. Again, they see you as somebody very wise, but somebody who has come to this place by virtue of really riding the waves of some kind of internal or personal struggle or strife. They see you as somebody who, the vibration that you hold, this abundance that you hold, this was a hard-won victory. It did not come without sacrifice and struggle, and they respect you for that. For as much as they know, or whatever little that they know about your story, it's evident, vibrationally speaking, that that you've been through some ups and downs. You've been through some trials and tribulations. And that you have come to this point in your energy, in this kind of softness and this grace and this kind of quiet strength within yourself. It's an inspiration to this person to really kind of ride those waves of change that are being kind of summoned within them, things that in other ways they may have been very fearful of, paths that they had not embarked upon, or just in some way you expand their perception of what kind of that process of surrender and sort of personal transmutation and alchemy looks like. So it's a very inspirational energy that they feel kind of emanating from you. They see you in this leadership role. They feel very inspired. And I'm hearing lead by example. So they see you as somebody who kind of operates in this energy of humility, that they're, again, whatever they know or just can sense energetically, pick up and perceive from you energetically. This may be somebody who is very psychic, a sensitive in their own kind of regard. They almost feel this kind of kindred bond with you in that sense. But it's something where they have a lot of respect and admiration for whatever it is that you have been through that has brought you to this particular stage of your life. That instead of boasting or bragging or, just really touting yourself to be, kind of this guru or this, this figure of acclaim and kind of bragging about your accomplishments and your struggles and everything that you've overcome, and putting your own self up on some kind of a pedestal, that you operate with a very genuine energy. Your energy speaks for itself. It speaks volumes. It's a quiet inspiration. It's a quiet strength that you take and that you hold. And in contrast to kind of this loud and sort of gregarious and boastful energy that others maybe in some kind of shared community with you embody, or others who may have gone through and kind of overcome the challenges and obstacles that you have might be inclined to sort of embody or embrace within themselves. They see you as very contrary to that, and it's something that they admire. You definitely stand out energetically speaking. They see you as someone where your energy speaks for itself. It announces itself, even without all the details. There is again this evidence of challenges having been overcome. triumph and of endurance, and a lot of inspiration that you provide to this person very quietly and just through being yourself, that is encouraging them to kind of go into some deep transformation within themselves, and with that is also, you know, this kind of urge to move towards you and to you know, kind of reveal the nature of these feelings that they have. This is somebody, it feels, this crush definitely wants to open the door to exploring these things, to articulating these things. For some of you, this may even be somebody who has been kind of watching or observing you from afar for a period of time, kind of like a secret admirer energy almost, although if it's a crush, you are aware of them, but in terms of reciprocating those energies, they may have been thinking about this for quite some time, wanting to express this, wanting to kind of put themselves out there to, you know, kind of make known, to announce these feelings that they have, and to be the one to almost take charge or take the lead in this circumstance. And it feels to be kind of on the other side of some other kind of deep transformational work that you inspire this person to do within themselves as well. So I'm going to get one of these little affirmation cards, just as kind of a bit of guidance about the situation for you. Okay, and we have retreat. Never underestimate the healing power of a quiet moment. So this can really be this encouragement that, you know, if this is something that you're really sensing, this kind of tangible chemistry between you and this person, and you're questioning, you know, should you be the one to make that first move? Should you say something? This can really be that guidance to allow this person to kind of step into that assertive energy within themselves. They are very inspired by you, but at the same time very intimidated by you, and it's almost something that they are tasked with at this point in their soul journey, is to overcome these fears, overcome these kind of blocks or a bit of a feeling of inadequacy, to step forth with courage in the same way that you stepped forth with courage in the face of your own challenges. Continue to kind of, you know, just embody that very magnetic energy, that Empress energy, that energy of authenticity. This person sees and they recognize, and they are very much drawn. This feels like a very mutual kind of crush situation. And so for a lot of you, sort of what is kind of the necessary recipe in this circumstance to, you know, explore these feelings more deeply between the two of you, is you really operating in this energy of receptivity. Continuing to be yourself, knowing that this person has taken note of you, that they are being inspired toward action, and to, you know, kind of move away from any sort of fear or uncertainty that, you know, maybe too much time will pass and nothing will happen. If that's the case, it's, you know, of course, all for a divine reason. It's all for everybody's highest good. But there is this energy here of just continuing to kind of remain as you are, standing in your power, encourages this person, it beckons this person, they're being drawn towards you. And for a lot of you, this is somebody who is kind of planning and strategizing and getting ready to kind of transcend those barriers of fear and to make themselves known, to, you know, approach you, or to open the lines of conversation or expand kind of the nature of your interactions with one another, to begin to explore these romantic feelings between the two of you. So I'm going to get some initials, and this can be the first, middle, or last name of you or this person, or it could spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. We've got R, D, F, Q, H, A, and S. So those are your messages, group 1. I hope they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer them through my Etsy shop, and there's a link in the description box of the video for that. I offer a variety of pre-recorded video readings, written readings, and channeled letters. Turnaround time on everything is 5 to 7 days from the time of purchase. I also sell handmade jewelry, dream catchers, and sun catchers if you're interested in checking any of that out as well. I've also launched a second channel here on YouTube. It's called Lady of the Dawn Tarot, and there's a link in the description box as well as in the channel section of my page for that. The format over there is different from here. I do pick-a-cards and general energy check-ins, but the topics that I cover are related to spirituality, wellness, ascension, and self-love. So if any of that sounds interesting, I invite you to check that channel out, and I thank you for your support over there as well as for your continued support here on this channel. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Hi, group 2. You chose the Serpentine, along with this card, which says Exaltation. So this feels like something in this situation with your crush and how they view you. They see you as a very abundant person. In some way, they feel that you are very out of reach in some manner. They may be putting you on a pedestal. This can really relate to somebody maybe that you know through work. There could be kind of a difference in your position. And that kind of intimidates them. It may feel very out of reach. There may be certain kind of policies that are in place that have them a little bit intimidated as far as I'm hearing breaching the chain of command to, kind of act upon these feelings or to explore these feelings. It feels like this is somebody, your crush has a lot of respect for you, a lot of professional respect, and in some way they really, they see you energetically as very much in an abundance mindset. They look up to you and respect you in that sense, and almost want to know your secret. They want to know how you have achieved even just this very vibrant and radiant energy that you hold within you. So it feels like this crush could definitely be kind of studying you from afar. This feels like Page of Swords vibes here, but also kind of like the Hanged Man in terms of an observation energy, where they're really not giving any kind of signals or indications that they are watching you. There may be a little bit of kind of sneakiness to that. It's almost an investigative energy, trying to, again, kind of discover sort of what's your secret to success? How have you achieved this kind of abundance, whether this is abundance in your material world, kind of a harvest period that you are in right now. This person may have kind of encountered you or met you during this period of harvest and abundance, and so they could be doing a bit of sort of research to try and discover, who are you? How did you get to this place in your reality? How did you, kind of move into this place where you are in this state of flow, you are in this state of receptivity. There may be a little bit of kind of jealousy that is going on with that energy as well. Again, trying to kind of learn your secret to success, how you do what you do, how you are who you are. That, again, it feels to be somebody that almost maybe just is only kind of aware of you in this period of reward, and they are not aware of what it took to get here to this place. But they know that there must be kind of something more to this. They may see you as somebody who is very lucky, who has a lot of opportunities. You have a lot going for you, but it feels to be almost that they are, again, sort of in this almost removed state, trying not to let these kind of these feelings really show in whatever way those are, maybe even some kind of jealousy that they are feeling towards you, a bit of envy. There's a sense of even just desiring the energetic vibration that you emanate, or some kind of material rewards or abundance that you have worked towards and that you are in a place of receiving within your life at this point in time. It feels that this person is almost trying to remain very neutral in this circumstance in terms of what they are presenting to you, maybe just keeping everything, kind of very superficial, very kind of materially based, that this is somebody who might be very hesitant or guarded to kind of open up emotionally, to kind of get to know you on a personal level in some way. There, it almost feels that this crush is kind of judging or evaluating you based on surface appearance, but what they are seeing is very it's very pleasing to them. It's something that that they want in their life in some manner. This may be something where it kind of, with this idea sort of a cornucopia here, it feels like a full range of emotions that they have towards you, kind of some jealousy and envy, as well as kind of this desire and this yearning and this wanting, not really sure kind of where to start or how to sort of place or define these feelings though. Trying to, again, kind of learn your secret. What is it about you that has, that kind of emanates this vibration that brings in these opportunities? Maybe this is, admiration, abundance, money, success, fame. It can be anything like that, just even a state of mind or a disposition, regardless of kind of your position in life. There's something that you emanate energetically that makes people feel at ease in your presence. They see you as a very generous person, as a very caring person, a very giving person, loving and nurturing, and that these are qualities that it's almost like you mirror something for this person that they maybe have perceived that they were lacking within themselves, but you are helping to almost get them to see these things from a different angle, or to start to prioritize almost this aspect of intangible wealth, energetic wealth, vibrational wealth, that they had not placed value on before. They had maybe felt was very kind of unattainable. There's a lot of inspiration Almost somebody who, is kind of taking notes very quietly as far as your mannerisms, the words that you are using, the actions that you're putting in, kind of your habits and routines, how you structure your day, how you structure your life. They're taking note of all these things, and very kind of quietly trying to sort of puzzle that out. What are the ingredients to success? Taking note of a lot of different aspects of who you are and kind of your life and your reality, and whatever way they are able to do that, to observe that. And it's something that there's a lot that's being pondered. They may see you also as somebody who has a lot of wisdom to give. They see you as somebody who is very genuine, and it's something which it may be kind of triggering or instigating kind of shadows or lack within them, but this is also an inspiration to this person to cultivate or to emphasize more of these qualities within themselves, in the hopes of kind of reaching that same degree of energetic abundance, and maybe even calling in abundance in other ways into their life. So I'm going to get some tarot and oracle cards to dig a little deeper into this, as far as how does your crush view you? Okay, we've got the Knight of Pentacles, which is Earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Page of Wands, which is fire energy, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Three of Pentacles, so more earth energy. The World, which is fixed energy, Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, and Scorpio. Five of Swords, which is air energy, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Nine of Cups, which is water energy, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. Red Clover, center and ground. Lizard. Elephant. And Family of Light. So with this Pentacles energy here, they see you as somebody who is very diligent, very hardworking, very goal-oriented. They see you as somebody very skilled and very capable in kind of reaching goals, generating abundance for yourself in a variety of manners. This may be somebody, again, that knows you professionally or watches you while you work. And there's a sense of kind of almost inquisitiveness, wanting to kind of get to that foundation, get to that backstory. How did you get to the place that you are at right now? Whether this is a similar kind of line of work or endeavor that they are wanting to follow in the footsteps of, that they're learning a lot from you, you're teaching them a lot. Maybe you kind of, you function in some sort of a capacity as an instructor, as an educator, you impart wisdom in some manner, or even just kind of, again, kind of studying how you move, how you work, what your habits are, what your routines are, what your priorities are, what you sort of fill your life with. what you kind of do with your time, what you do with your energy and focus, that this is helping this person to really strategize and kind of plan for themselves moves and maneuvers that they also may need to make, or would be wise investments of their time or resources, efforts and energy and attention in the material world to either, again, kind of achieve a similar level of success or fame or stability or accomplishment as you in terms of a same profession, or even just very kind of broadly the same sort of themes, the same sort of vibrations that they are wanting to then apply that to whatever their particular trade is, whatever their particular goal or that thing that they are working toward. And so just in terms of like broad sort of habits and routines, that your crush is very inspired by you to really get to work, to get very serious about something that they may have been kind of putting off or procrastinating about. This can also talk about inspiration to sort of resurrect some dream that they had given up on. Maybe they had achieved some kind of loss or defeat in the past, and that they are kind of summoning the courage at this point in time to begin again, to re-spark something that was very close to their heart, very near and dear to them previously. The idea of center and grounded here, it again ties into this energy of determination. They see you as somebody who is very goal oriented, that, you know, no matter what it is that you are doing, whatever the nature of your work that you have your feet firmly on the ground. And it's this idea almost of sort of channeling this all of your kind of strength, all of your energy, all of your resources, and applying that into a particular effort, which has yielded some results for you, has yielded abundance for you. They see you as somebody who is very much in alignment with kind of their higher calling or their higher purpose in some way. The idea of the lizard really speaks to adaptability. They see you as somebody who is not easily discouraged by challenges or loss, but you are somebody with the elephant who instead learns from these things. If you are kind of defeated or sort of something doesn't work out, you're not down for long. You use that as an opportunity to kind of recalibrate, restructure, replan, refocus. You're kind of always sort of resetting yourself. They see you as somebody who's very self-motivated. You may work for yourself, or you're kind of in the process of cultivating something very independently. Your success, even if you work in sort of a group setting, maybe even a family business that you work in, or some kind of legacy or a line of work that has to do with community and other people. They see you as, your success, your abundance, what you are moving towards. It is as the result of your own hard efforts, your own hard work, your own kind of belief and trust in self, that you have achieved a lot of these things very independently without needing to rely on others. They see you as very independent in that regard as well, very autonomous, to where, you're almost standing in this very certain energy within yourself of who you are and your capabilities, answering a higher calling, a higher purpose within yourself. And that is one of the things that they are recognizing is really creating this vibration of abundance within you. With the idea of the world, they see you as a very open-minded person, a very knowledgeable person, they respect the fact that you may be well-traveled, well-cultured, well-versed, you know a lot of things about a lot of things, you have a wide range of interests or talents or abilities. This is not a one-trick pony kind of a situation, but you have these skills and abilities and these seemingly kind of different aspects and areas that in some way they're really recognizing how you're harnessing kind of these different elements of self. Maybe you even have this ability to kind of bring together different groups of people kind of from different backgrounds, different kind of goals, and you're somebody who really you kind of create teams, you create a sense of camaraderie, you create, or whatever it is you're even just energetically or whatever it is you're doing, you create kind of this energy of symbiosis among kind of disparate parts, and that can tie into different kind of skills and abilities within you, that you've really taken these different kind of interests and you've woven this together into something very unique. It is encouraging this person as well to kind of search within themselves, to find a new way to kind of repurpose gifts or interests or talents that they have, and to use that in some kind of a creative fashion to create something very new and very kind of fulfilling. They see you as somebody very innovative as well, somebody who is very kind of content, is very comfortable in your own skin as well, which is one of the qualities that they really admire about you. It's very inspirational to them to start and kind of endeavor this process within themselves. They see you as somebody who learns from their past mistakes as well, that you're not somebody who will often repeat mistakes, but you're very proactive in kind of recognizing and transcending the limits of any kind of cycles within yourself. Kind of the idea of, really learning, course correcting as sort of necessary, that you're not so kind of fixed and determined in one direction that you are unwilling to sort of yield and change. They see you as somebody who is very kind of open to the feedback of others, and yet at the same time very, again, internally driven, self-focused. There's a sense of putting people at ease in some manner. You instill a lot of a sense of competence and confidence in other people, that the nature of your work, the product of what you do or what you produce, it really speaks for itself. They see you as in this place almost of authority and wisdom in some manner, that you're really marching to the beat of your own drum, and you are really in alignment with something that you have kind of been put here on this earth to do in some manner, or you are moving actively in that direction, and it is really inspiring this person. It is inspiring your crush to kind of evaluate themselves, the life that they are living, to recognize and kind of transcend cycles within themselves, to step into this betterment of self. There's a curiosity in some way. You open this person's mind to new ideas or a new way of doing and being. And through that curiosity, through that receptivity, there's also this element of discernment here, and something of quality and worth that is really produced through kind of these different sort of experiences, or kind of a wider view of looking at things. So this definitely can be somebody that you know through a work situation, because there's a lot coming up as far as productivity and creativity, and something that you manifest or something that you do. And it's something to where that feels to be kind of the largest sentiment that this person has about you, is this curiosity, this inspiration to transform in some way. That what this crush that, who you are attracted to, who you have a crush on, the way that they are currently viewing you, it's mostly in the energy of kind of abundance in terms of how you're moving through the world, something that you are doing or creating for yourself. That seems to be the central focus, although with this giant heart here on the red clover card, there's definitely romantic feelings that they have for you in some manner, but it's almost like there's the feelings of being very kind of receptive or curious or very sort of interested in the totality of kind of how you're living your life. It overshadows those feelings of romance that yeah, there's a mutual attraction here, but there's this much deeper fascination that they have towards you about something that you are really, some kind of success that you're creating for yourself, some kind of competence that you display, something about how you move through the world and in your environment that they find very inspirational. Which seems to be kind of the focus at this point in time, trying to sort of learn how you do what you do. What is your secret? What is the kind of the secret to success? They see you as somebody very abundant, very in alignment, very content, and it's a very attractive energy. This isn't somebody, who's kind of attracted to you, although there was kind of some jealousy and envy there, but this is not a spiteful energy. It's almost wanting to kind of emulate, wanting to kind of almost almost chameleon in a sense what it is that you are kind of putting out there in terms of intentions, vibrations, and actions to yield your particular amount of sort of results or sort of this place of personal satisfaction and alignment that you are in your life. And so this is something where your crush is definitely very inspired by you to step into greater alignment with themselves, to create more abundance for themselves, and starting to really recognize how that is sort of a change that happens on multiple levels. It happens within first and foremost, and then kind of emanates outwardly. So it's something where there's a lot of inspiration, a lot of kind of determination that you impart to this person as well, to get very serious about their goals, to actively work to bring themselves and their circumstances into greater alignment with kind of this higher calling, this higher purpose, this sense of self-satisfaction. So a lot of admiration that they have for you. It's a very positive energy. It's a very intense energy. This is something where your crush may almost look at you as a mentor in some way. You are inspirational to this person as far as carving out a new path for themselves, or kind of getting closer to the sense of satisfaction and accomplishment in whatever way that is kind of defined for them internally and externally. So I'm going to get one of these little mantra cards, and this can kind of just wrap up the feelings, be a little bit of guidance about this crush situation here. And we have change. As with the falling leaves, embrace change. So this is really tying into this idea of this admiration that this crush has for you at this point in time, that there, again, with this giant heart here, there is this element of this attraction goes beyond just the realm of admiring whatever it is you do, whatever it is you've created for yourself in the material world and how you're moving through the world. But it's something that almost, as this person kind of emulates, learns from you, strengthens themselves along their own path, kind of improves this vibration within, that there is this possibility of them putting more focus and attention on the exploration of these feelings that they have for you of a romantic nature. But at this point in time, this is definitely, you inspired this person to change their life in some manner. And it's something where they have this deep respect for you. It goes beyond romance. It goes beyond attraction. It goes beyond a crush. This is a very profound, almost a call to action that they really feel within you. Something where you have helped them to change the way that they view their life. And it's a very beautiful energy in terms of you instill this person with a sense of hope and determination to really course correct in a lot of ways. And this can be this encouragement to, kind of be open to change in this situation, that, as this crush continues to observe you and kind of implements what it is that they're finding, these strategies and whatnot. And as their kind of sense of self and alignment and self-satisfaction sort of increases, as they step more into that confidence, into that best version of self, that there is definitely the possibility where they can then broaden that focus upon you and definitely sort of change the way in which they are kind of holding your energy or holding this interest in you at this point in time, and really kind of opening that up to expand and sort of explore the romantic dynamics, what might be possible between the two of you in the future. So I'm going to get some initials, and this can be a first, middle, or last name of you or this person, or it could spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. We've got F, Q, J, V, B, N, R, and W. So those are your messages, group 2. I hope they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer them through my Etsy shop, and there's a link in the description box of the video for that. I offer a variety of pre-recorded video readings, written readings, and channeled letters. Turnaround time on everything is 5 to 7 days from the time of purchase. I also sell handmade jewelry, dream catchers, and sun catchers if you're interested in checking any of that out as well. I've also launched a second channel here on YouTube. It's called Lady of the Dawn Tarot. And there's a link in the description box of the video as well as in the channel section of my page for that. The format there's a little different from here. I do pick-a-cards as well as general energy check-ins, but the subjects that I cover are related to spirituality, wellness, ascension, and self-love. So if any of that sounds interesting, I invite you to check that channel out, and I thank you for your support there as well as for your continued support here on this channel. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Hi, group 3. I chose the red Jasper, along with this card, which says status. So this is really tying in with this imagery here of somebody who may be very close in your environment. They feel a kinship with you, a closeness with you, your crush does, that may be have been very unexpected for them. It's an energy almost of holding back, of a need to observe, a hesitation to fully explore or step forward or to fully admit to themselves, some kind of a draw or attraction that they have to you, a desire to get to know you better, a desire to, open up the lines of communication, maybe to flirt very outwardly with you, or to, express some kind of interest in you, but they're very much drawn towards you in some manner. With this crown here at the top, this can definitely talk about some kind of a soul connection that the two of you share, some kind of a past life connection that may exist between the two of you that is very apparent to this person. And I'm hearing that this person knows more than you think. So this could be a lot of unspoken words between you and this individual. This could be somebody who is actually very spiritual, and that might be quite surprising to you. Just something you wouldn't anticipate about this individual. This can also really indicate that this person has been exploring kind of these feelings, the elements, maybe kind of this energy of deja vu, a lot of dreams, a lot of signs and synchronicities that they have felt in your presence or in conjunction with you. And they are almost kind of nearing this precipice or this brink of wanting to openly sort of explore this more. They may in some way regard you as kind of a counterpart or a soulmate even. It's an intensity of feelings of that nature, very drawn to you. There's a very protective energy as well. Where this person almost, it feels, will continue to remain silent until they are certain that kind of all the timing and the circumstances are just right. This is somebody who values your energy, values your presence. So this could be somebody who is a friend, somebody who is in some kind of friend group or shared community, and that keeps a very close eye upon you, feels, again, very energetically almost bonded to you, or this closeness, or something within them that is just this very protective vibe. This may be also somebody who is jealous about attention that you get from other people, which may have been very startling to them. They may have felt this very suddenly towards you and with no kind of explanation or reason. This may be somebody that, it's just kind of a work connection. There's, this is not somebody you had a romantic past with. Obviously, if it's a crush, this hasn't been, explored in any kind of way or manner. And yet at the same time, they feel this protective vibe, almost, like you're theirs, or that they're very jealous of other people that are maybe giving attention to you, or that you've been spending your time with, very jealous when they think about the idea of you dating other people. They think even about people that you've been with previously, ex-partners, ex-spouses, and there's this element of kind of jealousy and protectiveness there that could be quite perplexing to this person, and yet at the same time there's a curiosity, sort of like, why do I feel this way about this person? There's no logical reason to feel jealous about somebody that is just kind of a casual acquaintance, or somebody that, I haven't even really talked to very much, or somebody that's just kind of a friend or in a friend sort of circle or a friend group. So there's an exploratory energy, an observation energy here, a sense of almost this person feeling that there's a greater design for why the two of you have encountered one another. And they feel to be, again, in kind of this silent observation energy right now, feeling into this, tapping into this, opening up to explore this in greater detail, this sense of kind of almost kinship, or this counterpart energy that they may be really sensing with you at this point in time, and it feels mostly to be kind of in the realm of soulmate, sort of a soulmate bond that they feel, that your crush feels towards you, that they may or may not act upon. This may or may not be something that is feasible in the material world, and yet at the same time there is a recognition on their part that there's something more to this. There's something more to this kind of this dynamic. There's something very unique to this bond, something the two of you are meant to really teach or learn from one another, that kind of keeps them very close. It keeps them very attentive upon you, even as much as they may try to present kind of this aloof sort of exterior. They're not revealing too much. This isn't something where they're ready yet to kind of come about face and discuss this with you openly and directly, and yet it's something in which they perceive this kind of these greater implications of sort of the energetic draw between the two of you. This idea of status in the crown also really speaks to placing you in this very high regard. They see you as somebody very respected. They respect you. They respect your opinion. They respect wisdom that you have to impart, conversations that you have, words that are exchanged. They get a lot of value out of that. They see you as somebody who stands within your personal power, and they also recognize you as somebody very balanced, that you are truly somebody who you are what you say you are. Your words and your actions align, and this is something that is very attractive to them, in terms of potential romantic partnerships, in terms of a friendship dynamic, in terms of the type of vibration that they want to cultivate and are trying to cultivate within themselves, and that they want to have in their life. They see you as somebody very genuine, very forthright, a very truthful energy here. You walk your talk, which may be something that's very rare, that this person hasn't really encountered before, and so it's drawing them in. You're the real deal. There's an authenticity. You're the real McCoy, and it's something where there's almost this rare quality where they feel very fortunate to have found you or to have encountered you, and something where they want to kind of keep this dynamic close. They want to stay, rather than kind of running from this, although there is sort of a guardedness, a need to kind of get more information, wait for better timing. There's a sense of sort of significance for the two of your paths having crossed, and something that they feel kind of that the two of you really have something to kind of help or assist with one another in terms of, maybe your soul growth or your purpose in life. They feel that the two of you are very kind of aligned. They may see a lot of things that really mirror within one another. They feel a sameness. Even if this is just an energetic perception, if the two of you have exchanged very few words, this is energetically, they feel this draw, they feel this familiarity to you. And it's something that may be just based on kind of how you sit in one another's lives. Maybe you haven't, again, really had that many conversations with one another, so they can't just come right out and say this. But it's something where they're almost kind of looking and planning and kind of waiting for that opportunity to sort of speak some sort of truth, start up a conversation, a desire to get to know you more. So I'm going to get some tarot and oracle cards to dig a little bit deeper into this as far as how your crush views you. Okay, we have the Seven of Pentacles, which is Earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. King of Swords, which is air energy, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Page of Swords, so more air energy. The Hermit, which is Virgo. Ace of Wands, which is fire energy, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Five of Wands, so more fire energy. Yarrow, pocket of protection. Tiger. Buffalo. And initiation by air. So this idea of initiation by air, you have definitely sparked and awakened something within your crush. It's a curiosity. They feel very drawn to you, very bonded to you. You may have initiated some kind of heart chakra activation within this person. They feel very much in alignment by you, again, this, or with you, seeing this almost greater purpose, a greater potential to kind of the nature of why the two of you have encountered one another in this lifetime. Seven of Pentacles really speaks to this idea. It ties in with kind of this pocket of protection, that they see you as somebody who is very discerning with who you kind of share your company with. It feels to be a gift to be in your energy, to exchange energy with you, that what you have to bring to the table is not just kind of this fleeting or superficial kind of fulfillment, but there's something very lasting about the impact that you have on the lives of those around around you. And there's a sense almost of a lot of people in your life may have only appreciated you once your presence was kind of removed from their life. So you may be somebody who really activates other people, inspires other people to kind of step into their higher purpose or higher calling in some manner. You may energetically be somebody who, just based on the nature of kind of your light, your frequency, what it is that you do, how it is you live your life, you may trigger a lot of people with the Five of Wands. Kind of triggering people into these periods of deep sort of healing and reflection and activation. This person sees you as very fearless with the tiger here, and also very adaptable as well. You're somebody who moves in silence. You let your success speak for itself, rather than kind of sharing your plans openly before they've come into fruition. There's a discernment or a tact where you are very kind of protective and nurturing over the things that are important to you. They may see you as somebody who's very private with kind of your personal life, your internal life. You build in silence, and again, you let the kind of success speak for itself. They see you as somebody who is very wise as well, with the idea of the Hermit and the King of Swords. You have a lot of spiritual wisdom to impart. They may see you as somebody also who is on some kind of sacred journey or path with the buffalo and initiation by air. Even if this is something you don't talk very openly about, perhaps you are very open about your spirituality, some kind of spiritual awakening, spiritual path that you are on. This person recognizes this vibrationally within you. They see you as different from anyone that they have met before. You are something special. You are something unique. There is something very sacred about your journey, where you are at in your life, even your energy. It feels that this person is almost able to observe, maybe has kind of seen you in motion, seen you in action, has kind of seen you move through the world and kind of trigger and activate different people. And even the people who have kind of recoiled from your life, who have been very resistant to sort of the energetic effect or what you just kind of standing in this authenticity and this fearlessness, what this does or what this sparks, almost the vantage point that this person has with that Page of Swords, this wider lens of observation, maybe feedback that they have gotten or what they have gone on to observe, and kind of the people that you have come into proximity with, or something maybe that you put out there, something maybe regarding kind of spiritual work that you do and sort of the effect that that has on the collective or other people. This person has kind of a wide enough vantage point to recognize and understand that even the individuals who are most triggered by your presence, by your light, by your authenticity, are given this kind of opportunity to go within and kind of seek the sources of these triggers. That a lot of people are kind of changed for the better as a result of having come into contact with you. But a lot of these changes in these people, it may be kind of further down the road. That you're somebody that when your presence is no longer felt in the lives of others, it may take them time to kind of realize that absence and that void that you kind of your light represented for them. But that you have this strong discernment of being very protective in your energy, or at least you come into this place of, you're not just kind of letting anybody into that inner sanctum. You're fiercely protective over sort of what it has taken you to sort of reach this point in your journey and in your life, and it's something that this person really respects and admires. That you're very generous of spirit, you're very generous of nature, and yet you have these personal boundaries that almost enable you to kind of do what it is you do. It enables you to kind of hold your light as brightly as you do. That you're somebody who is not easily sort of swayed or deterred by the opinions of others. You answer to almost this higher calling. You have a higher purpose, some kind of goal or mission that you are really intent on carrying forth. They see you and almost maybe you resonate as this, you represent yourself as this, or this person recognizes you as a light worker, somebody who really sparks and activates other people, somebody who just through the vibration that you carry, even if this is something where you don't do spiritual work for a living, and it's just something vibrationally you carry within you, that you make this deep impact upon the world around you. They see you maybe as somebody also who keeps a very small circle. You keep your own counsel. You You definitely rely heavily upon your own intuition. You have a very unique relationship with spirit, with your higher self, with kind of your purpose and your calling. And this is something that this person feels this kind of kinship with you in that sense. They may definitely be somebody who is on some kind of an ascension path as well, on some kind of an ascension journey, or you inspire this person, you've triggered this person, you've activated and awakened them in some manner. To explore this further, to give more credence to this, to step into that fearlessness and authenticity within themselves as well. This is bringing to mind the idea also that this crush sees you as somebody who they could almost collaborate with as part of like a power couple. But there's a lot that's unspoken at this point in time, maybe just based on kind of the nature of how the two of you know one another, an idea of almost a little bit of intimidation that they may feel, or the fact that you're so protective over your energy, and they see you as somebody very highly protected by spirit, by the company that you keep. They are also very protective of you as well, to where they're not wanting to kind of disrupt the flow of what you have going on in your life. There's this idea of tact and restraint that is necessary at this point in time, just based on where your crush is at on their own kind of personal journey, where you are at on your own personal journey, the nature and the circumstance of how the two of you know one another. There may be a bit of distance, it may be a bit remote, or this may be something where they just don't know you very well, and so to come right out and say, hey, I think you might be my counterpart, let's go be a power couple and kind of take on the world together. That might be a little too soon if they are, in the realm of a crush. So there's this idea of almost kind of some sort of a gradual buildup, some kind of a need to sort of wait, to bide their time, wait for better timing. It's something to almost build towards, not wanting to really get ahead of themselves in some way, in some manner. A lot of respect that they have for you in that regard. And also just sort of respect and a bit of needing to kind of pull back and observe, and try to kind of find answers and come to some sort of greater conclusion or awareness as far as this sensation within them, what has really been sparked, activated, and awakened within them, just even through kind of noting you energetically, through in whatever way they are able to kind of observe you and sort of take in your energy at this point in time. It definitely can be kind of an observing from afar. You may have very limited contact with this person, or the nature of kind of your dealings with one another. It may be just kind of surface level. There's a bit of kind of almost a veiled energy here. So if you have some kind of social media presence, this may be somebody that is aware of you or kind of follows you as a subscriber, maybe comments on things, likes the photos, the videos, whatever it is that you put out, but you haven't really had maybe that much of kind of this personal deep interaction on that level, or it's something where there's a bit of kind of this mutual attraction, this kind of crush energy. Somebody that you're kind of both following each other, you're both aware of one another. It feels to almost be an energetic crush in some manner. This has almost this sensation of kind of like a secret admirer energy, like somebody that this draw between the two of you. It may just be a lot of that in an etheric sense, to where this person feels that and recognizes that as well. But there's a need to kind of build more in the material world, more kind of face-to-face interaction, or face-to-face interaction for the first time, needing to have more conversations, more interactions with one another before kind of that area of romance and potential and kind of this spark and this deep attraction at the soul level is what it feels like can be explored in a greater capacity between the two of you. They also see you as somebody who is very patient. Again, somebody who really keeps their own counsel. You have a lot of kind of worldly experience, or they see you as somebody who's an old soul, somebody who is very wise, somebody who's brought a lot of wisdom into this lifetime, or has gleaned a lot of wisdom through your experiences. And that may also kind of lead into this element of a little bit of intimidation. There's a questioning if they're on your level. And so it's almost like they're keeping silent until they get more information, until they grow and ascend in some manner. to be able to deliver something concise, something measurable, something that will get your attention, that will kind of get them access to more of that internal landscape for you, for the two of you to definitely grow and develop and build this connection in a certain manner. It feels to go like almost this element of kind of a soul bond that your crush feels with you. It feels to transcend even this element of romance, that there's something at the soul level that they feel very drawn towards you, some kind of a greater purpose for the two of you having encountered one another. This person is definitely very activated, very sparked, very awakened by you, very empowered by you, your presence, your energy, in whatever great or small of a way that they are kind of in direct contact with you in your world, able to observe you, able to interact. This can even be something where this is somebody you know as like a coworker, somebody you've got a crush at work, who then also kind of observes you sort of in your private time, in your kind of off work hours, and sort of maybe a spiritual thing that you have going on, some kind of other aspect of who you are on the personal level outside of the dynamics of the office. But in the office, everything is just kind of it's very veiled, it's very kind of very business-like, but then there's this deeper kind of interest, this energy of sort of watching and observation. Again, that idea of they know more than you think. They've been keeping an eye on you for quite some time. There's a fascination with this as well, very much a draw and a curiosity that this person may just need kind of more time in order to explore that, something that is really opened up within them, an expansion in the mind space as well, seeing you as somebody very wise, the words that you have to speak, the conversations that the two of you have with one another, even just the vibration of hearing your voice or speaking with you, it stirs something within this person in the heart space. It activates something within them. You help this individual come into a greater kind of alignment with more of the subtle aspects of who they are, more of their own kind of spiritual side as well, more of the finer kind of elements of their own vibration, things that they weren't aware of, had not focused on before, or had not really given much priority to. They are now starting to do that. This can also really feel like they feel this affinity with you, in the sense of maybe shared beliefs, shared interests, kind of this shared sort of energy of activation and awakening, that it's almost like a reassurance to have found you, to have discovered somebody on kind of a like frequency. They feel a lot of resonance and kinship with you, and it's something where it's in whatever capacity, this feels to be somebody who almost wants to seek to preserve this situation as it exists right now, but also has kind of this desire to open and expand, and to explore what kind of greater potential is possible in this circumstance in the future. So I'm going to get one of these little guidance mantra cards, and this can just kind of be a final sort of wrap up for this. Some advice about the situation. We have opportunity. There's no use looking for luck. It arrives at unexpected times. So this can really be some guidance here that this person is getting ready to announce themselves in some manner, to come out from kind of the hiding and the shadows, and out of this period of just sort of observing you, taking in all this information. And really, they are actively kind of seeking, waiting for this opportunity, waiting for the timing and the circumstances to be right to approach and to kind of speak on these things. And so this can be something where, this doesn't just have to exist in the realm of kind of these unspoken feelings, this idea of this crush. It's very much kind of a mutual attraction. This person almost maybe even more fascinated by you than you would think. And when the opportunity presents itself, they will seize that opportunity to strike up a deeper conversation, a different kind of conversation, to spend more time with you. really just enjoying, those opportunities as they arrive, the opportunity to have encountered one another in this lifetime. So definitely this circumstance feels to have deeper implications than just kind of a surface level crush situation. There's a lot of potential in this situation here to develop, into a very fulfilling and enriching friendship, romance, maybe some kind of a collaboration. Somebody definitely, it feels, this crush, there are deeper layers to this. This feels to be somebody that's part of your soul tribe, some kind of a soulmate situation. And it feels to be almost like some kind of element of excitement. Something will really reveal itself. A new layer in this will reveal itself to where you won't just need to neither of you will just need to hold these feelings in, but sort of like, timing is definitely a factor here, and that at a particular point in time, the opportunity will present itself to you in this circumstance for the two of you to discuss these feelings, explore these feelings in a more open manner, and have this opportunity to really kind of grow and expand beyond kind of the electricity and the dynamic that exists between the two of you at this point in time. So I'm going to get some initials, and this can be a first, middle, or last name of you or this person, or it can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. We've got H, A, L, B, and P. So those are your messages, group 3. I hope they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer them through my Etsy shop, and there's a link in the description box of the video for that. I offer a variety of pre-recorded video readings, written readings, and channeled letters. Turnaround time on everything is 5 to 7 days from the time of purchase. I also sell handmade jewelry, dream catchers, and sun catchers if you're interested in checking any of that out as well. I've also started a second channel here on YouTube. It's called Lady of the Dawn Tarot, and there's a link in the description box as well as in the channel section of my page for that. The format there is a little different from here. I do pick-a-cards as well as general energy check-ins, but the topics that I cover are related to spirituality, ascension, wellness, and self-love. So if any of that sounds interesting, I invite you to check that channel out, and I thank you for your support over there as well as for your continued support here on this channel. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well.